Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Hector, and welcome to the channel. So today is June 11th. It is currently 6:23. It is a nice morning, so I'm gonna go walk Bella soon. My leg is not doing the best today, so I'm definitely gonna do the recovery today. I haven't done it the last 2 days, that's why it hasn't been on video. But my leg is not feeling the best today, so I'm gonna be doing the recovery once I come back and eat breakfast, because I have to get the recovery cycle going again. I have been slacking on it. I've been a little too overconfident now that my knee has been giving a lot of flex and getting more strength as we progress. But I am developing scar tissue right above because, again, I've been slacking on the recovery portion on my end. So that's why physical therapy was so long yesterday, because the physical therapist was sitting there and she was working the scar tissue, which did not feel good. So I got to get back on it. So today I'm definitely going to be doing the recovery. I'm going to bring you guys along so you guys know what I do on the recovery process of things. And if some takeaways might help you, then it might help you. This definitely helps me a lot. So I'm going to go through that whole process. Don't mind us. Just chilling with my lap dog here. We're gonna go on our walkie walks now, and then I'm pretty much gonna eat, take a recovery, chill out, physical therapy, chill out, gym, chill out. It's a chill day. So stick around. See you in a minute. So we like to chill out here for a little bit. I like to take in the scenery. If you know me personally, you know I've been through the lows to the highs, and this right here is one of my highs, because I've been saying for many years I'm gonna get this type of life. I busted my ass in my career the last 10 years. While I dealt with a lot of depression, weight troubles, and all that stuff, one thing I didn't do is give up on my job and my career, and I earned my way to a comfortable life. And this is that comfortable life for me. Like, this is not something I was ever going to think I would ever accomplish, and I'm very grateful of where I'm at. But this is something out of a dream for me. Like, I dreamt about this kind of stuff, dreaming about living in some type of environment like this when I used to live in sideways mobile homes in the hood and all that kind of stuff. So I like to take this moment in sometimes and just really appreciate where life has brought me and all the struggles it gave me, because it made me the man who I am today. And life will always have struggles, but it's how you always get up. And I always get up, no matter what. And that's what I always tell people: always get up. No matter how hard it is, it's always what works for somebody else. So always push, man. Welcome to my kitchen. All right, so we are going to be going with the protein pancakes. So you're going to see my process on that. Now, there's two ways to really make protein pancakes. You can either buy the pre-made box or make it your own. I do both of them, just depending on what I have available. Now, I have both of them available. I'm going to go with the pre-made mix just so it'll be a little bit quicker. But I'm going to show you here. So obviously not affiliated or anything. I would love to, but Kodiak, love this brand. I get their oats. I pretty much get a lot of Kodiak products. But these are their power cakes, blueberry style. It's unopened. It's brand new still. That's why I have it. But I usually pretty much go through this box pretty quickly. And then the other option is just making it your own. I always buy almond flour, super fine almond flour. This is good for a lot of different things. And the macros for flour for this is, you can't beat it. It's literally for every 2 tablespoons is a gram of carb and 3 protein. So, I mean, you can't beat this. So I love almond flour there, but let's get to making my protein pancakes. I have my bowl, my 2 measuring cups, and the powder. So when it comes to these, you got to make sure you do measure, because even though they are protein pancakes, they still have a good amount of carbs. So if you're going by the nutritional fact here, the serving size is half a cup, which gives you about 3 pancakes. That's 190 calories to 30 grams of carb with 3 dietary fibers. So that's 27 grams of carb for the serving, and 14 grams of protein. So a little pro tip to add a little bit of more flavor. Now these are blueberry pancakes. I always add a scoop of protein powder into the pancake mix, and then I'll calculate that in MyFitnessPal, so that way I have an accurate reading of my calories. This one here, it was a gift. I don't buy this brand typically, but it was a gift, and it's just a pretty basic protein powder. It's 26 grams of protein to 150 calories, and 7 grams of carbs. So I'm adding a bit of carbs and calories, but I'm also adding 26 grams of protein to my power pancakes here. So I'm looking at almost 40 grams of protein on my pancakes, plus a protein shake. So it's gonna add up. Now you could use almond milk if you would like, or water as the recipe calls for. Since I'm adding the extra protein and carbs, I'm just gonna stick with the water. But if you don't do this, then it's perfectly okay, as long as it's within your macros, to add almond milk. So again, this is half a cup for the appropriate macros for this. Always measure out your food if you want to be in a calorie deficit. So boom, right there. Now it says blueberry, but I don't see no blueberry. Let's see. Now half a cup is not a lot. So now I do have frosted cinnamon bun flavor, but I'm just gonna stick with the vanilla. Scoop in there. So that's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. So it's very important to never overmix your pancake mix, whether it's healthy pancakes or regular pancakes. Just slow and steady wins the race. So you want to have a nice incorporated mix. The lumps in there is important. Oh, there's the blueberries. It's just tiny. I guess they're like little fragments of blueberries. And let's head over to the stove. Bubbles are starting to form, so we're gonna go ahead and flip this. It should be all cooked up and ready to be flipped. So look at that, just straight pancake, flip, perfect pancake. Wow. She already knows. She heard the box. Bella, I got some treats for you. Come here. Sit. Good girl. High five. Good girl. Sit. Too sweet. Boop. Too sweet. Boop. Paul. Good girl. Down. Go down. Down. Sit. Sit. Okay, fine. You did enough tricks for one treat. Now I got one more for you. Sit. Bella, speak. Want the cookie? You want the Oreo cookie? Good girl. High five. It's my baby. All right. So we are back in my throne. This is what we're working with right now. Look at that. It's like I'm at IHOP right now, but for healthy people. So again, I'll put the macros up later on. And what's pancake without syrup? Now again, I'm not on keto, but you can't beat one net carb for syrup. And again, it is 2 tablespoons, which is a decent amount. Now, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I go a little bit liberal with this. Since it's only this much, I'm not even gonna measure it. I'm gonna assume that's about 4 tablespoons for this, which again, it's only 15 calories per serving size, so that's only 30 calories. And 2 carb, so it's not gonna be detrimental. But when I have a full container, I do measure it out just to make sure I evenly distribute my beautiful syrup there. So I'm gonna chow down. Physical therapy soon, so I'm gonna chow down, digest, protein shake here, water over there, and yeah, just gonna play some 2K, I guess. I might switch it up. I might go Dark Souls today because I'm feeling a little Dark Souls. But I'm gonna eat this because it's looking mighty delicious right now. So see you in a little bit. All right, so finished washing all the dishes. Just had a couple since I like to wash as I cook. Let's see what I'm feeling today. I think 2K, honestly. I might play Dark Souls later tonight, but 2K is a good chill vibe right now. I want to chill out, which I'm pretty sure I got loaded already. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey. Remember, always go Knicks. Always. All right, I'm all done playing for now. I didn't really play too much because I got the itis like crazy. I was hitting that food coma. But it is a beautiful day. So I'm gonna go walk to physical therapy. We'll get ready for that and then head out. It's about 1 o'clock now, so I'll be leaving in about next 20 minutes or so. That way I don't have to rush over there. All right, already heading out now. It's a really nice day out. And then you're gonna ask, Hector, if it's a nice day out and if it's like 70, 80 degrees, why are you wearing a sweater? Well, I like to take any opportunity I can to sweat a little bit more. It's not even a thick sweater, but it's just enough to advertise a little bit more sweating. So just get a little bit more sweat in while I get my steps in. Because just throughout the day already, I'm at 5,000 steps. So yeah, let's go take this walk. I'm here. Let's get to this work. All right, I'm done with physical therapy. I didn't record everything because it was pretty much the same thing. We do a lot of the same workouts. I only kind of recorded the stuff that I didn't record yesterday. But when she started massaging me, she put her elbow into me. Boy, when I tell you she elbowed the soul out of me, man, she was going in on my leg. But it feels mad loose now, so I guess it was worth it. But yeah, I'm gonna walk around a little bit, record some stuff, and head home. So let's see what we come up with. She about to go crazy, watch. Bella, you want a treat? Bella, you want a treat? Yeah, come here. Come here. You want a treat? You such a good girl. Hold on, let me open this up for you. Ready? Here, girl. That's a good girl. That's daddy's good girl, behaving so well. That's my baby. Baby Bella. She love it. Now clean up my floor, bro. You over here making a mess. Clean the floor. Right here. Thanks, bro. All right. I made lunch after showering, so it is a bit of a late lunch. I made 2 cans of tuna, 2 Swiss cheese, 4 slices of keto bread. I got my protein shake there. I got my water jug and a protein yogurt. So with breakfast and lunch, I'm hitting just a little above 200 grams of protein. I'm pretty tired, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna eat and relax a little bit. And then once I finish relaxing, I'm going to edit a little bit and then finish recovery, film it out so you guys can see my recovery process, because I'm gonna definitely need it today. But I'm pretty much chilling for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna eat and then play some PlayStation. So see you in a minute. All right, guys. So it's time for the recovery process for my knee, what I do for that. And I should be doing this every day because that's what allowed my knee to heal the way it healed. Taking my vitamins that I do daily, proper nutrition, pretty much doing the recovery every day, allowing to listen to your body, listening to your doctor, and also just trying to push it, not in a painful way or in a detrimental way where you're going to re-injure it, but push it to where you're starting to be able to get some movement in your leg. You know, for me, again, keeping my leg locked up in that brace for 6 weeks wasn't a thing. I did not do that. I took off the brace probably a week and some change after surgery, only because it was uncomfortable. And then I started getting a little bit more confident in doing it. And then more and more, it allowed my knee to pretty much a little bit more mobile. And it progressed more and more the more I did recovery and stuff. So the first thing I do is warm it up. So I do something along this. I keep it out a little bit and then I go down. I make sure I go always the direction that the scar tissue is going to start building, just to make sure I warm up the knee, because I will be scraping it, and scraping is not the most comfortable thing to do, but it does help with the scar tissue. So go over it just like that. Now I am building scar tissue here, but she already broke down a lot of it, so it doesn't hurt as bad. But she wants me to continue working on it, and she wants me to scrape it at home. All right, so one of my go-tos for anything, and I was introduced to this in football and in wrestling back in my day in middle school, BioFreeze. BioFreeze, I live by this stuff. Not sponsored, not affiliated, you know, again, would love to. But this stuff, man, is my favorite. Now make sure your wound is closed, because you're not supposed to be putting stuff on top of a wound. So make sure before you do anything, and obviously again, listen to your doctor. All right, so this machine I live by. It's a TENS machine. You could get this on Amazon. There's many different type of models and stuff. I just love a TENS machine. Now what this does, again, I'm not a doctor, or from what I looked online, and from what I was told back when, you know, they would put this on me, this is gonna allow blood flow. It's gonna allow your muscles to contract and work itself, especially in the beginning part of the recovery where you're not mobile. You need those muscles to be working where you are not able to actually work it out. So this stuff actually helps a lot. And it also, again, provides the blood flow into the muscle and into the tendon to allow all my nutrients and all the stuff I'm consuming, whereas it'd be my pills and vitamins, my food, all those nutrients a muscle and tendon would need to thrive. It is promoting that blood flow through that area. So you want to make sure you get as much blood flow. All right, they're on. Now again, yeah, I don't feel anything here, but that doesn't mean that there's nothing that needs to be repaired or blood flow needs to be going. So I do still put it on top of the non-existing nerve area. But this is the setup. I will always put it on the sides, and then as I'm working, I'll just pretty much go down the knee and pretty much massage it down. Just a little dollop, just get it in there. All right. All right, so now I'm gonna go down the knee and progressively get harder and harder. I'm gonna follow that scar because that's where it's gonna pretty much build a lot of scar tissue, because that's where the work was all done. You don't wanna build scar tissue, trust. So massaging is done. I did this for quite some time now. It's been 15 minutes massaging it. So now I'm going to start with movements. So I'm gonna crank up the voltage. Now I'm gonna start the workout. So keep my heel up and pretty much slide it out. So slide it out as far as you can. Boom. And then bring it back up. All the way as far as you can. And then slide it back out. And just repeat this process. All right, so my knee is currently slightly bent, but once I start going full extension, my quad and ham start throbbing because of the electricity. So right now I feel it going up my leg, right? So that's what you want, because now I'm gonna force it to go up in the most comfortable way possible. Don't ever force it where it's painful. Make sure you're doing it the right way. But I'm gonna go ahead and lift now as high as you can, which I could go pretty high now. But at first, I literally could not lift my foot an inch. Like this would be the farthest I was able to get it out, just like this. And that's okay. When you start off, that's okay. But it comes with time. So remember, push your knee down. Make sure you activate the entire leg, and then lift, and then back down. And then you do 30 of those. All right, so we're done with the tendon machine. We're done with the little drills. So now it's gonna be the fun part of scraping. If you're not familiar with scraping, it's not fun, but it is necessary, because again, you don't want scar tissue to build up the incorrect way, and then you have to break it down to build it up the correct way. You want to start it from jump, so that way you're not doing double the work, double the pain. Just go through it one time and that's it. So this is a scraping tool. Chiropractors use it, physical therapists use it. You don't have to get this. You can use a butter knife. It's the same thing. It's just a stainless steel device. But I got this so that way I could use it for all different facets of my body more comfortably. There's two different versions that I got, but there's many different styles and stuff. I typically use this one. This one looks crazy, but it still works just the same. But because this has multiple different kind of curves, I could pretty much adjust it wherever I need it. And since this is a knee, I want to adjust it in that direction. So again, and you have to go hard. You have to actually push into it. That's why it's not fun, but it's necessary. So you're gonna see me pushing. So that's 1, 2. I'm starting to build up a lot of scar tissue here, so I am going to go in there extra and just go ahead and just pretty much rub this out right here. She said that's okay, but I'm going to just rub the top of the portion of the knee. That way we break up that scar tissue here. All right, I got my ice pack. So I compress it pretty well. for about 15 minutes. Now remember, this stuff worked for me. It may not work for you, or just do your research and ask your doctor, because your doctor will know best. But always listen to your body as well. So I do one side, and then halfway through, I'll just flip it to the other side. So now it's just pretty much chill, play some PlayStation until this finishes up, and then that's pretty much I do every day. Now I'm lucky enough to have Michelle do it for me, but she would have asked the physical therapist how to massage her knee. So every night she would also go in there after I've calmed down for the day, everything's relaxed, and she'll give me like a 10-minute little massage on the knee. So that way I'm just promoting, again, blood flow to the knee while I'm resting overnight. So that's pretty much recovery for me. I've done that every day minus the last week or so. So much needed. My knee does feel better already. So it's gonna just chill out, and yeah. All right, guys. So Michelle capped me off for today. So no gym. She said I was too active because I'm actually feeling a lot of pain in my thigh today. So capping it off tonight. No gym today. Perfectly okay. Again, I'm slowly incorporating this back into my life. I don't want to push it and risk any type of re-injury or new injury. Once I get back into the flow of things, it's gym 5-6 times a week. But right now, closing out Wednesday, I already did Monday and Tuesday gym. So Thursday, Friday, I'm definitely going to the gym. So I'm going to see you guys tomorrow's vlog. I hope you guys have a great day. But we about to just go to sleep. And yeah, see you later.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep up with the journey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I've linked last week's video over to the right, and you can find my socials down below. Really appreciate all your support. Have an awesome day. 1